A writer is someone for whom writing is more difficult than it is for other people. In books we never find anything but ourselves. Strangely enough, that always gives us great pleasure, and we say the author is a genius. There are so many different kinds of stupidity, and cleverness is one of the worst. It is remarkable how a man cannot summarize his thoughts in even the most general sort of way without betraying himself completely, without putting his whole self into it, quite unawares, presenting as if in allegory the basic themes and problems of. There is only one real misfortune: to forfeit one's own good opinion of oneself. Lose your complacency, once betray your own self-contempt, and the world will unhesitatingly endorse it. He probably was mediocre after all, though in a very honorable sense of that word. All interest in disease and death is only another expression of interest in life. Solitude produces originality, bold and astonishing beauty, poetry. But solitude also produces perverseness, the disproportionate, the absurd, and the forbidden. Order and simplification are the first steps towards mastery of a subject. Distance in a straight line has no mystery. The mystery is in the sphere. The days began to fly now, and yet each one of them was stretched by renewed expectations and swollen with silent, private experiences. Yes, time is a puzzling thing. There is something about it that is hard to explain. The days began to fly now, and yet each one of them was stretched by renewed expectations and swollen with silent, private experiences. Yes, time is a puzzling thing. There is something about it that is hard to explain. Technology and comfort, having those, people speak of culture, but do not have it. We do not fear being called meticulous, inclining as we do to the view that only the exhaustive can be truly interesting. Thought that can merge wholly into feeling, feeling that can merge wholly into thought, these are the artist's highest joy. He thought what a fine thing it was that people made music all over the world, even in the strangest settings, probably even on polar expeditions. Because man loves and honors man as long as he is not able to judge him, and desire is a product of lacking knowledge. What an absurd torture for the artist to know that an audience identifies him with a work that, within himself, he has moved beyond, and that was merely a game played with something in which he does not believe. What a wonderful phenomenon it is, carefully considered, when the human eye, that jewel of organic structures, concentrates its moist brilliance on another human creature. Travelers prove their lack of education if they make fun of the customs and values of their hosts, and the qualities that do a person honor are many and varied. Forbearance in the face of fate, beauty constant under torture, are not merely passive. They are a positive achievement, an explicit triumph. He took in the squeaky music, the vulgar and pining melodies, because passion immobilizes good taste and seriously considers what soberly would be thought of as funny and to be resented. Whoever is unable to stand up for an ideal with his person, his arm, his blood, is unworthy of that ideal, and no matter how intellectual one may become, what matters is that one remains a man. Like any lover, he desired to please, suffered agonies at the thought of failure. Rather babble away and at least partially express something difficult than reproduce impeccable clichés. To find peace in the presence of the faultless is the desire of the one who seeks excellence, and is not nothingness a form of perfection? Wahrscheinlich kann man vom Nichtwollen seelisch nicht leben, eine Sache nicht tun wollen, das ist auf Dauer kein Lebensinhalt. A stimulus is a stimulus. The body doesn't give a damn about the meaning of the stimulus. Whether minnows or communion, the sebaceous glands stand up erect. Is not the pastness of the past the more profound, the more legendary, the more immediately it falls before the present? What pleases the public is lively and vivid delineation which makes no demands on the intellect, but passionate and absolutist youth can only be enthralled by a problem. Nearly everything great owes its existence to despites, despite misery and affliction, poverty, desolation, physical debility, vice, passion, and 1,000 other obstacles. Mere knowledge of human psychology would in itself infallibly make us despondent if we were not cheered and kept alert by the satisfaction of expressing it. Myth is the foundation of life. It is the timeless pattern, the pious formula, into which life flows when it reproduces its traits out of the unconscious. You will lead, you will strike up the march of the future, boys will swear by your name, and thanks to your madness they will no longer need to be mad.